Good morning, everyone. My name is Travis, and welcome to Diamondback Forge. This is where I like to make blades, make knives. I've attempted a sword or two here and there, but man, those things are difficult. So, what I'm doing here is I would like to make a couple things and make some videos of me making these things and post them on YouTube. Mainly things that I haven't been able to find on YouTube. Um, and the biggest example, and what I'd really like to take on first, is making the Leksa knife from the TV show The 100. Now, I honestly can't remember what channel this show views on, but it's a pretty good post-apocalyptic show of the human race basically being stuck in space after the apocalypse, and it's been about 100 years, and they're trying to get back down to Earth to see if it's survivable again because it was like a nuclear apocalypse, so Earth isn't survivable anymore. And there's a character on the show, her name is Leksa, and she carries a Damascus dagger. And I cannot find on YouTube anywhere of anyone making this knife. So I think it's a really cool design of knife. It's really unique, and I'd like to make it. And I'm gonna video the whole process, and see if we can get anyone to follow along. See if anyone wants to see this knife made as much as I do. Also, my daughter, because she loves watching the show as well. Now, the knife itself, it looks like a ski-and-do type knife, dagger, where it's got some ornamentation on it, some brass spacers with some nice filing work on there. Looks like it's got a rosewood handle. So we'll be getting all of that supplies in here. We'll get the steel to make the Damascus, and I do everything here at my home shop. I'm in a garage that's right behind my house. So if you guys hear traffic or anything, please excuse that, because right in front of my house is a highway, unfortunately, and then a railroad track on the other side of that. So once I am able to get into this a little bit more and learn how to do the editing, maybe I can knock out some of those sounds, especially the train, because when it comes through, it's kind of loud. Um, but yeah, I do everything by hand here in my shop. Um, Especially the forging. I don't have any big equipment, no press, no power hammer. I'll be doing everything by hand. I don't have any big fancy belt grinders or anything like that. I have a couple belt grinders that I purchased off of Amazon. Couldn't think of the word there. But I mean, they're good grinders though. One's a 2x42 belt grinder that I got for less than $300 off of Amazon, and I've had it for years now, and it works great. You slap a new belt on that sucker, and it'll hog some material, boy. And another one's just a little 1 inch by 30 inch belt grinder, and that's what I do most of my grinding and shaping on for these blades. And I've been making knives for around 6 years now. I believe that's how long I've been making knives. Um, Try not to call myself a bladesmith or anything because I don't really do it for a living. It's just a hobby, and it's just something I really enjoy doing. It's a big stress reliever for me. Um, I get a lot of enjoyment out of it, a lot of self fulfillment to just have that image in your mind of something you would like to make, or just to see something. Like, for example, this is a current project that I'm working on now of just kind of my iteration of a. Oh, it's got a little dirt on it there. But it's like a medieval style dagger. If you're a fan of Game of Thrones or anything like that, this is the style of knife you may see on Game of Thrones. Um, but I've been working on this for a couple weeks now. Like I said, I don't do this for a living. I just do this as a hobby. Whenever I've got spare time off of work, I'll come out here, put a little work in. Um, this is a 5160 spring steel. Forged it out of just an antique leaf spring, which is some actually really superior stuff. When they were making this stuff back then, they didn't add in all of the extra alloys and things inside of it, so this is just, it's pretty pure, 5160 spring steel, and this stuff is tough as nails. Dialed in the heat treat on this pretty good. That actually probably would have made a good video all of itself right there. But yeah, it's going pretty well. I've got the blade down to 400 grit finish. Right now I'm just working on getting the handle sculpted to where it needs to be, getting the guard sculpted and polished out, and then this is also going to have a lower guard on it with the pommel on the end with a pommel nut that will screw and hold everything together. I'm going to try to make this completely held together by the pommel nut. I don't want there to be any glue inside of it except for what I put in there to, fill up any of those small gaps that are inside from the filing and everything. So I'm going to bed the tang by just using some wax, put a light coating of wax on the tang, and then glue everything up and wait a couple hours, and then it should just pull right apart and leave really good indexing once I go to put things back together, to make sure everything's lining up real good, see if I have to do any final sculpting or anything like that. But once the product is finished, I want the customer to be able to take it apart anytime that they want, or if the handle ever needs some work, something happens to the guard, because the guard is just mild steel that I forged from a railroad spike. And I've actually grabbed these really quick. This is going to be the lower guard, and this will be the pommel. None of it's perfect, but everything is going to be bedded, so everything will line up just right. This isn't going to be the blade you guys see finished. I may do a video of this one actually being completely finished up, if you guys would like to see that. Just have to let me know. These the fittings on here are going to have the black oxide finish on it, to where I'll just heat them back up in the forge once they're completely finished and polished out. I'll heat them up a few times in the forge and just build up some scale on them, give them that nice black finish, and then oil them up. They're just going to look beautiful. There's going to be just a lot more shaping to go onto this pommel, just to let you know. It's going to look a lot better than this. Plus I need to remove some weight from it, from this back end. It's not exactly where I want the balance to be. That's pretty close to the handle, but at the same time that's going to give you some really good movement out of the blade. You'll be able to control it really well with having that weight back here. But yeah, that's just a project I've got going on right now. My future videos are going to be of making the Leksa knife, and I'd love to hear what anyone has to say. If they think this would be a good project, if they think it's something they'd like to view. Yeah, so just let me know. If you want to see this, go ahead and subscribe, like this video, and come on back for the next one when I actually get started on this knife. So we'll see how this goes. Again, my name is Travis. We're here at Diamondback Forge in Southern Indiana. We're just going to be working on some projects. I like doing replicas. If anybody wants to drop some comments and let me know if there's something that they would like to see made but they can't find the video, kind of like the struggle I'm having with the Leksa knife. I think it would be really nice to have that content here on the YouTube, here on YouTube. So I'm gonna make it happen, hopefully, and hopefully other people like what they see. So yeah, we'll see how this goes. I'll see you guys next time. Thank you very much. Hope everyone has a great day.